Hey, what's going on, guys? KIM-1 here. In this video I'd like to introduce a new update on my KIM-1 emulator, and now it has serial teleprinter support. So I had request to do that a long time ago, but I didn't have time for that, and I thought that would be a little bit complicated in JavaScript, but it turned out that actually it's quite trivial to implement, so I decided to add one. So now here in the emulator, just right above the logo, there is a serial mode label and a checkbox there. So if you just click the checkbox, it turns off the display, and these buttons are no longer operating, just like on the real KIM when you need to switch the pin there somewhere on the PCB. I'm not sure really how that is done, but anyway, now the keypad is not working. However, the control buttons probably should still work. I'm not sure whether the knows, but you can reset still works, and stop still works. Actually, go probably still works as well. I'm not sure. So if I just go to 100 hexadecimal, if I go, no, go doesn't work. So only stop and reset. So in order to go, you need to do this from the terminal itself. So I will now go through this using a serial teleprinter chapter in the KIM-1 manual. So what we find here, so in addition to the addition of a serial teleprinters such as Teletype Model 33 ASR to work with the KIM-1 system, permit a variety of special operations to be performed. In all cases, you defined desired operations by depressing the proper keys while simultaneously producing a hard copy printer recorded of each operation. If your teleprinter is equipped with a paper tape reader punch, you may generate or read paper tapes using the KIM-1 systems. Using the serial teleprinter, you may perform the following operations. Okay, so let's go straight into it. So selecting an address. So type 4 hex keys from 0 to F to define the desired address, and next press the space bar. And then here is an example. So for instance, go into address 1234 and then space. So here if I say 1234, it doesn't echo anything. That's the way how it works. But then I press space and it goes exactly to the address 1234, showing the content of the memory cell. So there is nothing there, 0. Well, here there is something, but it doesn't matter. Modifying the data, for instance, I'll probably, I'm not sure even if I can modify the data, if this is still allowed to be modified. I can actually try this. So if I say, for instance, 6D, right? So 6D and press and dot. Yes, and indeed, okay, backspace. Yeah, indeed, I did modify the data, which is great. I just wasn't really sure if this memory cell do exist in my RAM, in my emulator RAM or not. That's the reason. Okay, so we can modify the data. While the data has been entered, it actually goes to the 7, to the next kind of cell. So 6D, go into the next cell, press an enter for that, and B7, and just go back. Yeah, so 6D and B7, so these two address, these two values at the specific addresses has been set up. Okay, so the system automatically increments to the next address. So leading 0 need not to be entered for either address. So this is emulated as well. So for instance, EF space. So let's try this. So EF space goes exactly to EF, right? For instance, just E and space goes to the address E. So far so good. And for instance, A and dot, and just going back, and indeed it enters the value of 0. So you really no need to enter in this leading zeros. Okay, step to next address. So carriage return is used to step to the next address. Well, since on the modern computers, on a more modern keyboards, carriage return and new line feed are both kind of bind into the enter key. I did a little bit of upgrade here. So enter is actually used as to mimic the carriage return. So it returns the code 13 or 0D hexadecimal, and backspace mimics the line fid and returns 0A. So by pressing enter, you can increment the address. By pressing backspace, you can decrement the address and inspect what is there. Yeah, step to precedent address, just what I've just mentioned here. But about the board current operation, not sure what this means. Well, actually, I don't have the rub out button here, but yeah, but actually reset still works. So you can just reset and go like this is exactly the same state there. Okay, so loading paper tape is also on the cards. But since there is no connection to a real serial port here, well, because that would be a little bit of an overkill, because it's just mainly for debugging purposes from the web interface without having a backend connecting to the serial port is, yeah, something next to impossible. But things like punching the paper tape. So if you want to create a paper tape from whatever you have in your memory, so say you're writing a program, you want to create a paper tape for that and share, that's okay. So if I go to 17F7, so 17F7 and go there, and the value FF, and here the value 03. So, and then I go to, oh, sorry, 17F8 and 3, and from there I go to 200s and press Q. Then I'm sorry for my, because of the video recording software, it goes a little bit slow, so without this it just goes a bit faster. So here I just created I just dumped a paper tape, like dumped the RAM from 200 hexadecimal to 03FF. I dumped the memory from that space as turn this into so-called paper tape format. So my emulator recognizes this format. It can be converted to the byte to the pure bytes to be uploaded to the RAM, and then work with those. So just giving you an idea that it seems like quite possible to interact with. And probably the next step, another kind of request, I probably should upgrade my chess program a little bit. It won't be slightly bigger than 909 bytes after, but I just want to add that tiny little print board function just to make sure that the board is printed after the move is made. And also probably make it like calling, make it a function probably to put it on stack when you call it, so that you could call this print board whenever you enter the move manually, or and yeah, so probably that could be the case. Well, not sure exactly how I'm going to be doing that and if ever I would be doing that, but anyway, that might be an interesting idea. But yeah, now we have the serial mode, which makes a lot of fun to this emulator. Now I believe that the emulator at this point might be treated as a completed one. This is it from my side, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, and take care.